701s are the ones I run in the rear to give my car the exact 300mm wheel track, both front and rear. And pull the shims off. And let's see, do you know another air filter system like the Proline that will fit? On this car, I actually like the stock air filter. I have been in the past with my Hyper 8.5, I did run the Proline Low Pro air filter system simply because it seemed to clear the body a tiny bit better. But on this car, it's not been an issue, and I like the extra area, surface area, on this air filter itself. So I absolutely prefer this one. I would imagine just about any type of air filter will work, but due to the shape of the neck, I strongly recommend just staying with the stock air filter. Since it's mounted to everything, it can't go anywhere, nice and secure, and of course, you know, it's very effective, which is what matters the most. And of course, so we're going to take this hinge pin off, pull this one out. Hope this isn't too boring for y'all. I'm kind of having some fun with this. Don't let me forget that nut over there too, guys. So, anybody have any questions perhaps on setup, maybe some tire choices that might work out well? For Revelation, a lot of the tires that I seem to find that work the best on my vehicle are going to be the AKA tires, and of course my favorites are these OFNA micro pins, which is kind of a blast from the past that just for some reason on the AKA wheels and foams works incredibly well. So again, showing how easy this car is to assemble and to work on. You just simply slide that into place, slide the pin in, check, make sure it's nice and free, it's not binding, and just simply line it back up and slide it back into place. Yeah. This car is this easy to work on, and it doesn't matter what area of the car you have to work on, whether if it's the front end or the rear end. All the differentials are super quick and easy to get to. So if you do have to get into them, you know you can without any problems. You know, the layover engine, some people were concerned about that being an issue. Let me be the first to tell you there's no issue about it except for a huge advantage in weight balance on the car. You know, there definitely are some things you have to be careful of. You know, some engines sit super low, and on those you have to make sure and use the engine spacers and the little bit larger flywheel with the car.
8 more minutes.
So, just being told we've got 8 more minutes. What else can we do to the car? Any recommendations? Have you tried the Hyper 9 Electric? How does it perform compared to the Nitro kit? That's actually a really good question. I plan to be driving the 9 Electric. I just haven't had the opportunity to drive one as of yet. Quartz has been really tight with his. Thanks, Quartz. But it, like this car, has several huge advantages, and the biggest advantage is it's so much narrower that the weight balance is more towards the center line of the car. Better balance allows for better drive.
Another one.
And am I running the CNC rear uprights? No. On this vehicle, the one thing that I'd strive to do is to eliminate as much weight off of the back end of the car as I can. CNC steering knuckles do provide a lot of strength, but they do create a ton of stress for the bearings on the vehicle. This shim hates me, by the way. There you go. They do add a ton of stress to the bearings, which causes you to have to replace the bearings more frequently, and to again, just the overall weight. You know, my whole challenge was to see if I could build my car underweight, and actually did, and needed to add a little bit of weight. So, but showing you there just how easy it is to replace front universals. Everything's back together and ready to go. Always check to make sure you don't over tighten these, because you can actually pinch the arm closed on the C-hub carriers, which will cause a ton of drag. On my sway bar setups, I do run it a little bit tighter on the front end, and pretty much neutral on the rear end. Gives the car a little bit more even side to side lean. So, come on folks, come up with some more questions for me.
When are you going to do this again?
Well, I've also have a Hyper ST and a Hyper Mini ST. So if anybody ever comes across any questions or anything like that, or if you feel there's a need or a demand for a little short video on those vehicles, I'd be happy to do that as well. And again,